Being a daddy, the first thing is you had the privilege of coaching your own children. I don't know how much they liked it, but I liked it. It was a joy to see them do what they did on the athletic field and grow. Like you see everybody else's kid, but when it's yours, it's a little different. And you want them all to do good. My oldest son, Chris, was blessed with the ability to throw the football, and he had good size. Coach Thomas said, we need to throw the football. Nicholls State has just opened up this three-step offense, passing offense, quick passing game. He sent me down there for their spring training to meet with their coaching staff and see what they were doing. And we implemented it and did what we could, that part of it we could use, and adjusted it to our personnel, and we went from there. Turned out pretty good. I think we broke all the passing records that year in East Baton Rouge Parish and scored a bunch of points. Well, it helps the kids because they know what to expect. You run the same system. You tweak it every year, but you're basically running the same thing, and everybody knows what you're doing on your staff, and the kids know. And then when they go to Baker High School, they know that this coach is going to coach them in the 9th grade, this coach is going to coach them in the 10th grade. They hear all the stories, so they know what they're getting into. When they get to the varsity level, they know who the offensive, defensive coaches are. And that gives the kids some security, all right? And that helps when you step on an athletic field, when you're sure of what you're doing. The standard concept with coaching is if you've got really good talent, just don't mess it up. Let them play football. If you've got bad talent, that's when you do your best coaching, because you need to. You like to think that you help them develop toward being grown men. And the structure and the discipline in their lives is big in that area. And athletics lends itself to that medium where you can do that, the competitive end of it, and the responsibility of owning up for what you did or didn't do. Because it's kind of hide, you can't hide from that film. All right? It's going to say you did this or you didn't do that. And you have to accept that to get better. And that helps you later in life realizing you're not going to be the top dog every time. There's always going to be somebody better than you, but you got to do your part and get the most out of yourself that you can do. And I think that and watching young men develop into grown men, it's rewarding for the coaching staff. And you hope that you did something good to help them do that. When you get old, you look at family harder, and our 2 grandchildren are in Tokyo, so we don't get to see them too much. We were going back and forth every other year. We'd come and they'd go, Then COVID hit and shut all that down. But, we could, and of course, Chris and his wife are in Dallas. And my youngest daughter, Mindy, who was a cheerleader when Chris was a senior, she was the little mascot cheerleader. She's here in Baton Rouge. So family's taking up most of it. I'll entertain myself with the normal stuff. You do a little hunting, a little fishing, play golf until COVID set in. There's always some project I have to take care of.